how to rent a cabin in Tahoe. Like this. We're going to tell you how. Coming up on SippyCupAdventures of Northern California.
In this video, we'll talk about the daunting task of reserving vacation rentals or hotel stays. We'll talk about the difference between the North Shore and the South Shore. Where is it that you want to go? We'll discuss the state of short-term rentals in Tahoe. It is confusing. We will talk about ultimately what we chose and this little travel hack that will save you money. And again, ultimately what we paid for our place, as well as other options around Lake Tahoe for cottages. And new in 2024, you can no longer bring this. And at the end of the video, we'll give you one final big tip. Stay tuned.
The old Lake Tahoe tuna snapper.
What the hell is a Tahoe tuna snapper? Today, in the travel industry, when looking up accommodations, it can be so daunting. I mean, you can spend hours and hours looking up all the different websites. TripAdvisor, Hotels.com, Expedia, Booking.com, Travelocity, Orbitz, Kayak, for goodness sakes. Then you have your vacation rental platforms like Airbnb, Vrbo, or Vacasa. Then you have the local direct booking sites, rental places like Tahoe Rental Company, Tahoe Luxury Properties, Tahoe Vacation Rentals, Tahoe Getaways, amongst many others. So renting a cabin in Lake Tahoe is no different than booking a hotel room. It's challenging. With the proliferation of so many travel sites, often we resort to just asking friends like it's 1975 all over again. This was our first time ever renting a cabin with our family. I mean, typically it's just Patty and I taking a trip to Tahoe. But for this stay, our son was visiting as he finally got some time off from the Navy, and he brought his girlfriend from Thailand. And then we had our daughter and my wonderful mother, but unfortunately our youngest son could not make the trip. We had to find a pet-friendly cabin too for our grandpup Nita. I say grandpup because apparently grandchildren are not coming anytime soon.
I'm sorry.
Lake Tahoe is beautiful no matter where you go, but there are some significant differences or vibes when comparing the North Shore versus the South Shore. In either case, the North Shore or the South Shore, you're going to have your ski resorts and trails and plenty of outdoor excursions. On the North Shore, it's going to be more laid back. If you're seeking peace and tranquility, then stay at the North Shore. The main towns of Truckee, Tahoe City, and Kings Beach are more laid back with a small town charm. It's got some unique shopping and a more diverse culinary scene. You know, most of the eateries on the North Shore are owned by Tahoe locals. If you're into winter snow skiing, the North Shore offers a wider variety of terrains and slopes for all levels. You have Soda Springs, Boreal Mountain, Sugar Bowl, North Star, and Palisades Tahoe. I'd say, the North Shore is more of a mountain town experience. You are nestled into the mountainous terrain and it can be more secluded. The South Shore is much busier. It's more Vegas-like vibes. There's more nightlife, late night food options, and obviously casinos. And certainly it's more crowded. Vacationers may be a bit more boisterous. We'll revisit that. If you're into winter sports, along with the ski-in and ski-out hotels and condos, the South Shore has some of the best backcountry skiing and snowmobiling. As for ski resorts on the South Shore, you've got Heavenly, you've got Sierra at Tahoe, and Kirkwood. Now I take this time out to share This actual footage from my buddy Rick, who was snow skiing it heavily with his brother the same weekend we were in Tahoe. Quite hilarious.
Well, when I was looking on the lift, it was on. Hold on. Your head.
Give me your head.
There's a little button on the side. Hit that.
Little button on which side?
It's recording right now. Which side?
I don't see shit.
But it's flush.
On this side?
Yeah, on the right side.
On the right. What about it?
You see it? It says
There it goes. Now it's on.
Yeah, but it's been recording the whole time. I got 1:40.
Oh, now it's on.
Well, this is comical. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I can see it's on.
Okay.
In the red light.
The South Shore, it's more vibrant, but the vibrancy to me and the hustle and bustle can overshadow, the beauty that the South Shore has to offer, in my opinion. When it comes to looking up short-term rentals in Tahoe, short-term rentals meaning a stay less than 30 days, it's very complex. Let's say you're looking for a bigger vacation rental or a cabin for a large family. Lake Tahoe is divided up into 5 counties and each have their own rules. I could spend hours on this, but let me be as succinct as possible. On the Nevada side, you have Washoe County, Douglas County, and then on the California side, you have El Dorado County, Placer County, and then Truckee is a part of Placer County and Nevada County. So Nevada County would be the 5th county. Let's start with the most complex county, and that is South Lake Tahoe in El Dorado County.
Well, a vacation hotspot is embroiled in a legal fight over short-term rentals.
Temporary reprieve for South Lake Tahoe rental owners will soon run out. KPI X5's Emily Turner live in South Lake Tahoe with details on what has become a very hot-button issue. Emily?
It will eliminate short-term rentals outside the tourist core by 2021. It also reduces the maximum occupancy in those homes, effective immediately, and ends the issuance of any new rental home permits. Anything inside the pink areas would be affected.
Let's revisit the boisterous issue. It's because of this type of behavior the new laws were put in place.
Ooh, secluded.
Neighbors are gonna hate us.
Good.
I know, get off my lawn, I'm at that age. I was, once younger and partied with my friends too, but we were responsible. We didn't lead to the demise of short-term rentals in South Lake Tahoe because we couldn't handle our alcohol and were loud all night. So in South Lake Tahoe, within the tourist core along the 50 corridor going through South Lake Tahoe, there are short-term rentals, but they're going to be like condominiums and apartment complexes. So outside of the tourist core, within the South Lake Tahoe city limits, there are no short-term rentals until you get to the county. Then you can find cabins outside the county. They're not going to be near the lake, but that's how complex this issue is. But again, our last tip I'll give to you to bypass all of this. Now let's move to where it is quite easy to get a cabin and there's an influx of inventory. In this map provided by Tahoe Rental Property, you will see that all of their rentals are in Placer County, whether it's on the North Shore or the West Shore, and nothing in the South Shore.
Hey, look, my toast looks like Tahoe.
There is a cap on how many short-term rentals there can be in Placer County, but that cap has not yet been reached. Hence, much more flexibility in cabin rentals and those looking to purchase a home/rental. So that's why you're going to see the majority of cabin or house rentals on the North Shore. For this day, we use the Tahoe Rental Company. I mean, people use Airbnbs, they use Verbos, and of course, there's a ton of resorts here in Tahoe. But Tahoe Rental Company primarily has these cabin rentals on the North Shore. The communication has been awesome. They text you, they email you, they give you an app. There's a website. They give you the code to the lockbox for the key just an hour before, and the stay has been remarkable. So we recommend Tahoe Rental Company And how much we paid, I'll let you know at the end of the video. But we are in here the first week of April. Both weeks of spring break have ended, so there was a lot of properties available, and the price was right for a 2-night stay, family of 6. Okay, so here's this hack I was telling you about. So when I went to Airbnb and I punched in just some dates, September 16th through the 19th, 2024. It's midweek, 10 guests, cabin in South Lake Tahoe. And as you can see the results, again, like we talked about, there's nothing in the city of South Lake Tahoe, but in the county, there are Airbnbs available. So there's nothing lakeside, right? So I clicked on this home in South Lake Tahoe, and here it is right here. Okay, and then the price before taxes, $17.85. So what it is, I copied and pasted, typed it into Google, copied and pasted into Google right here, right? And then let's just try here, Lake Tahoe friendly cabins and vacation rentals. Let's see if this cabin or property is in here. And look, there it is. So book now for the same dates, September 16th through 19th. September 16th through 19th. There's a total, $1,800. Okay, this is with taxes and everything. At Airbnb, $1,785 before taxes, and then you click on the reserve, and then it gives you the total price of $2,002. So by booking directly to a travel site, like a local, like vacation rental assistance, $1,800, where with Airbnb or Vrbo, you're paying their fees and taxes, right? And it's more expensive. So there's kind of your hack right there. Okay, so what I did is I took our stay that we had in April and I fast forwarded it basically to some random dates that were the same dates in July of 2024 for a 3-night stay, with the price for Vrbo on the left and the price for the Tahoe rental company that we used on the right. Just for comparison, and you can see the nightly rate is the same for 3 nights, $1,609. And Vrbo has its taxes, its service fee, and of course its host fee. While Tahoe Rental Company had its cleaning fee of $310, and looking at all the properties, it was anywhere from $300 to $580 for the cleaning fee. We got lucky with $310. Back in April, we did choose to pay the $60 for the accidental damage waiver in case something got broke. We did not choose to pay for the travel insurance because we didn't feel a pandemic was coming and the weather was going to be nice. And the final tally had Vrbo at $2,643 and the Tahoe Rental Company cheaper, $2,324. As for the cleaning fee with Tahoe Rental Company of anywhere between $300 to $600, I imagine their profit is less the actual cost of cleaning the property. The cleaning fee must be equivalent to Vrbo's host fees. There are some strict rules. You cannot park on the street on the North Shore because of narrow streets and snow plows need to get in during the winter. So only so many vehicles are allowed at your stay. We had a hot tub, but we couldn't be in after 9 p.m. Sound travels easy in the woods. A simple conversation can be heard by neighbors. So if you're partying and it's after hours, you're going to get reported. Residents in Lake Tahoe don't like short-term rentals, so don't break the rules. I can't say all residents, but we were very respectful. You do sort of have to walk on eggshells. If you feel discouraged by all the rules, don't rent a cabin or a vacation rental. Then the neighbors will love you. So if it's a cabin that you seek to rent for your family, be prepared to be on the North Shore. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful area. I wanted to take a deep dive into other options, but for the purpose of not making this video too long, I will simply highlight a few options, but I will provide links to our other videos that go into more detail below. On the North Shore in Tahoe Vista, we love the Franciscan Lakeside Lodge. Most units are studios or 1-bedroom cottages, with one unit that is an actual 5-bedroom cabin on the property. The Rustic Cottages, also in Tahoe Vista, is another place we very much enjoyed. Here they have 19 cottages. But they also own the Tahoe Vista Lodge and Cabins a mile away from the Rustic Cottages. At this property, the Tahoe Vista Lodge and Cabins is where they have overall larger rooms than the Rustic Cottages. But there are cabins, duplex cabins, and suites. The Tahoe Vista Lodge and Cabins has had many names and owners over the years. I did research this stay, and they had cabins large enough to fit our family, but no pets are allowed in their cabins, so we had to look somewhere else. So here's the Tahoe Vista Lodge and Cabins, part 2 of the Rustic Cabins, or the Rustic Cottages. Here's Morilatos, nice stay, we've been there. And then we talked about the Franciscan Lodge. So a mile away is the Rustic Cottages. And you can see by the ground level, here's the front of it. So if you're considering the Rustic Cottages, maybe, sometimes you just got to pick up the phone and call. It can be a bit confusing. Just trust me, just call them. And that big tip is to pick up the phone and simply call, book directly. When we talked to Nicole at Tahoe Rental Company, we gave her how much we were willing to pay-ish, that we had a dog, how many people, and she gave us these properties we could choose from. It was seamless. Whether you're trying to reserve a cabin, a vacation home, a hotel, do it the old-fashioned way, pick up the phone and call. So what the hell is a Tahoe tuna snapper? Well, when we arrived in town, we went and had lunch in Kings Beach, and we sat down and Patty said, I want to get some calamari, and the talk was, is it fresh fish? And I was joking, yeah, it's from the Tahoe tuna snapper, straight from the lake. Anyways, we had fun the whole week with that. There's no such thing as a Tahoe tuna snapper. The final item on our agenda before we get to pricing is this.
Morning. Plastic water bottles in South Lake Tahoe and Truckee will soon be banned.
So yeah, you can no longer bring your single-use water bottles to South Lake Tahoe. And on Earth Day next year, 2025, they will be outlawed in Truckee. Just keep them home, be responsible. So how much did this cabin cost? Again, this was April 8th and 10th. It was just after the 2 weeks of spring break. We paid $1,500 total for 2 nights. And the per night charge was a little bit less than it would be during peak season of the summertime and the fall in Lake Tahoe. Very affordable. And in this video, see our son cooking up some mean ribeyes. He did an awesome job, but they only had non-stick pans. He did not want non-stick pans, so he went to Safeway. They didn't have any, and then he went to a local Italian restaurant and borrowed a pan. They were nice enough to give him a pan. So here's a shout out to the Italian plate. Yeah, so there's Safeway. They didn't have non-stick pans, so he just went next door. There's Lanza's Italian. We've eaten there before. It's really good. So they let him borrow a pan. Of course, we returned it. Thank you, Lanza's. Phew, that was a lot. So we hope this video was helpful on how to rent a cabin in Lake Tahoe. We appreciate you watching. Look for other videos on Lake Tahoe on our channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again.